my YouTube channel. So you can catch it here on Zoom or you can watch it on YouTube. There's really no interaction on YouTube, but you can watch along, especially like if you're in a setting where you can't interact anyway. And if you ever miss this, you can always catch the recording on YouTube. So hello and welcome. And everyone wave to my co-host for today. Charlie has agreed to help me out. Hello, thank you. The lovely Charlie is going to be moderating this morning and watching the room for me. Okay, so hi, my name is Valorie Lewis. Let me do this so you all can see me. My name is Valorie Lewis. I'm a psychic medium and a tarot and oracle card reader and a goddess extraordinaire. I do a lot of shit in the spiritual realm. But today we are reading tarot and oracle cards for the collective. So what I do is I tap in and I ask Spirit, what messages do we need to know for this week ahead? First and foremost, I pick up on the energies of this group, those of you that are live and present, and then the collective as a whole. We start with tarot cards and then we move into oracle cards and we let Spirit weave its message in the cracks, so to speak. I'm always open and listening to what Spirit has to say, in addition to what the cards say. So that's what you have to look forward to as far as the reading. And then once we get through with the group collective reading, I usually have enough time to do 1 or 2, 3 or 4 individual one card readings for those who are present here on the live call. And those are always selected by random, so keep coming back. Maybe this week will be your week. And it's just a one card tarot reading individual. And then after that, we usually have just a couple of minutes and we do what I call an energy activation, which is just a chance for us to settle in, fully open up and receive whatever messages came through from today's reading, as far as where is energy asking us to focus our, where is Spirit asking us to focus our attention, or if we need to call in any helpers, any support for this week ahead. That's what we do to close everything up. So I do want to mention a couple of things over in the chat. You can see all the places where you can find me and connect with me. Please, please, please make sure that you are doing that. I have added a way to sign up for my newsletter at the bottom of my website. So if you're not on my newsletter yet, please visit my website and go ahead and get signed up for the newsletter, because that's the best way to stay in the loop, so to speak. What is the other thing I wanted to point out? There was one, and it was important. Tomorrow, Tuesday Tarots. Tomorrow is Tuesday Tarot. It's something new. I've been doing it for just about a month. Some of you know about it, some of you don't. It's $25 for an individual, around about 10-minute reading in a group setting. So you and 5 other people, so it's a very small group. If you want it, you need to jump on it. There's only room for 5 people to sign up each Tuesday. You and 5 other people join me for about an hour. You get your individual tarot reading for that $25. And you also get to sit and listen to the tarot readings for others, which is usually of great benefit, because the collective energies, there's usually answers for all of us, no matter who I'm reading for. Give me a moment, please. All right, so let's get into today's reading. Yesterday was the eclipse, the other bookend to the earlier eclipse we had this month. So even though we're still going to be feeling some of the energies, I call it the shade period, the dialing down of those energies. Hopefully you all got great benefit from this last eclipse, and you're ready to move forward into whatever this next phase brings for you. How are y'all doing? How's everybody doing out there? I want to know. Put it over in chat. Give me like a scale, on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being, I feel like I'm lit up from within and everything is great. And 1 being, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning, but I'm here. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. I'm seeing some low numbers. I'm here for you. I got you. Can we all send some energy out to those in the group who are here, showing up, trying to raise their frequency? Let's just pull some supportive energy out. Okay. Worn out mentally and emotionally. Okay, so the deck we're going to go with, we're going to start with tarot cards, and we're going to start with the Celtic Tarot. Branches of the Celtic Tarot, or I just call it the Celtic Tarot. This is a deck I haven't read for in a while. I do enjoy this deck. So let's get some cards pulled. Put your questions, inquiries out, intentions out to the universe. Just a simple question of, Spirit, can you help me with you fill in the blank? I'll pick up on those energies, and I'll ask you that once you've asked, that you then turn it around and get ready to receive. And let's see what we have. Oh, well, happy belated birthday. Another Virgo in the house. Somebody over in the chat said their birthday was yesterday. Sorry you weren't feeling well. I pulled this card a couple of times over the past couple of days, and this is our first card, and it is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is often shown as someone who is tired, weary, and is also carrying some type of a load, usually 10 wands. But it's a 10, so it represents completion of something. And you can see, even though this person is really tired and worn down and the load has gotten heavy, they're almost at their destination. That castle in the foreground is where they're headed. So the 10 of Wands, what is our message for this today? Wands, Wands is fire. Wands is inspiration, creativity, what fuels our soul, what makes us want to get up in the bed in the morning, what moves us forward. Wands is also personal power. And so we've got this feeling right here. Some of us might have this feeling. The collective has this feeling of, I'm here, and I'm almost where I said I was going. But this journey's been a little bit much, a little bit more than I expected. It's a little bit more rocks on the road. I had to stop more times than I thought I did. These fucking wands are heavier than I thought they would be. God damn, this is the energy of this person, but you're almost there. And Spirit is coming in to say, 1, quit your bitching. 2, you're almost there. You're almost there. Stay steady. I know you're tired. Spirit is saying, I know you're tired. You've done such a good job. You just have a little bit longer to go. And again, this is fire energy. This is our personal power. So if you're feeling that personal power, feeling drained, feeling like I just don't want to, that's okay. This is Spirit coming in to say, I got you. I'm going to show you that you only have a little bit way to go. I'm going to give you your second wind. You're going to feel whatever you need just to make it to the finish point, and then you can rest. And then you can rest. 10 of Wands. I do want to go to the book on a lot of these cards just because I haven't read with this particular author for a while. Let's see what he has to say about 10 of Wands. Oh, I like these keywords. I am glad I went to the book. So maybe here's another take. Burden, obligations, and a victim of one's own success. What an interesting phrase. A victim of one's own success. What's holding you back? I said I wanted that castle. I've already picked out the decor. I've got rugs about to be delivered so I can live in this castle that I've been calling in. But then somewhere in my manifestation, I fell prey to the way most of the world manifests. And I started telling myself how hard it was going to be to keep that mansion clean. And what about the upkeep? And can I afford the insurance on the mansion? And what about that one window over in that always the sun comes in at the wrong time of day and I can't relax? And we start picking apart our blessings. And instead of it being, yay, success, I've manifested a castle, we become a victim of, or we somehow twist it in our brain that this beautiful thing is now a burden or an obligation or responsibility. If you're doing that, stop. Go back to how you felt when you first manifested that thing, when you first wanted to call in that thing. Before you thought about how much the insurance on the car was going to cost, What made you want to buy the car in the first place? That feeling of, oh my God, it's brand new, or it's the perfect color, or it's got all the accessories and all the features I wanted. Go back to that feeling, because Spirit in this moment is telling you, I got you and I will take care of everything else. I will take care of all of those things that the world around you is telling you, oh, watch out for that. I'll take care of that. I want you to sit back down into your joy, into that wands energy, and remember why you started calling in these things in the first place. All right, what else does it say? It seems obvious that you have taken on too much, you are overstretched, and in a manner, a prisoner to your own successes and sense of responsibility. But remember that with responsibility, one needs to master the ability to respond to situations in a manner that prevents them from overwhelming us. So check your overwhelm. Are you in overwhelm? Do you know when it's coming? Do you find yourself in it and then panic? Check your overwhelm, because when you team up with Spirit, Spirit's going to give you that warning system before you get into overwhelm. Are you listening? Are you doing the things that Spirit is asking you to do so that you don't find yourself in overwhelm? Are you stubborn like me and you don't listen until you're in the overwhelm and then you say, what the fuck? Either way, it doesn't matter, because Spirit is still right there saying, all right, here we are. You know what to do. You know how to get yourself out of this series of, or out of this symptom of overwhelm. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if one of you over there in the chat is like, yes, that's me, this message is for you. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. This card is a warning that your hard work, even though it's paying off, possibly even abundantly, is leaving its mark on your face, on your wrinkles, on your blood pressure. You are no doubt incredibly stressed. You need to delegate, prioritize, and realize that your achievements should be for your benefit, not for the sole reason that it makes you look good. So I kind of like some of the messages that came through from this thing. And if I read it out loud and some of them messages resonated with you, that's great. I don't often read the Ten of Wands this way, so it's an interesting take on the Ten of Wands, that it's a burdensome feeling or something you need to relieve yourself of, that you have put upon yourself, is another way of reading it. Okay, so Ten of Wands, quite a heavy card to start out with. If I had to sum up that card for what it means for the collective and what Spirit wants us to know right now, it's the idea of, yes, we have responsibilities and yes, we have obligations. But Spirit is reminding you that nothing has been decreed from above, so to speak. Spirit never came down and told you you have to do that thing that you're telling yourself you have to do. Maybe society told you that. Maybe your family told you that. Maybe that little voice inside your head told you that. But at any moment, you have a choice. You can choose to release that obligation, to cut ties, to clear the energy around any responsibilities, the ones that are no longer serving you, not the ones you just don't feel like doing, but the ones that are no longer serving you, that are feeling like a burden, that are feeling like overwhelm. You get to choose. So choose something better. Choose to let them go. Choose to make a graceful exit. So we have the 10 of Wands, then we get right into the 5 of Wands. Fives in Tarot represents conflict and challenges and opportunities. This particular deck has a lot of just animals for no apparent reason. That looks like, what does that look like to y'all? Can't tell if it's like a badger or a porcupine. I don't know. I'll go to the book. We'll see if it's listed in there. And sometimes the book doesn't even tell me what the animals are. But the 5 of Wands. So we have the 10 of Wands saying, you tired, girl. And then we have the 5 of Wands showing why you're tired, because you have this internal conflict, or you have this conflict going on within your passion center, within your sacral energy. Maybe it's just a conflict of, you got a surge of inspiration during these past couple of weeks. And there's so many things vying for your attention that you're not sure which one to do. And then comes the overwhelm, and then comes the freeze, because you have all these ideas, but you don't know which one to act on. So you just sit on your couch and eat Doritos and watch Netflix. That happens. That's the 5 of Wands energy, where you have the energy, but you're not sure where to direct it. And so instead of it being focused and moving you forward, it's just kind of all bouncing off against each other and fighting against each other, trying to get prioritized, and you don't have the capacity for it. So Five of Wands can be that internal feeling of conflict when you know there's something there, but you're not quite sure how to express it, how to get it out into the world. How do I share my passion with others? How do we move past this Five of Wands energy, Spirit? The Father, the Emperor, and look at all of that fire energy behind him. Even though the Emperor is associated with earth energy, he has that depiction of fire right behind him. And I feel like we just came from 10 of Wands, fire, 5 of Wands, fire. And then we have the Emperor or the Father standing in front of all of that fire saying, this is how you take care of all of that overwhelm and all of that conflict within yourself. You assume the stance, the position, the archetype of the Emperor. The Emperor is divine masculine energy. The Emperor is disciplined, strategic, logic, and also in control of all of that fire. Let's see what else. Spirit, this book in particular, says about the Emperor. Father. Be strong, be wise, be vigilant. Structure, authority, and regulation. Regulation will definitely keep you from overwhelm. Let's see. And just, here we go, the divinatory meaning of this particular card. The Father, the Emperor, takes the wisdom of the soul's journey and carries it towards the center and the expression of beauty. By doing so, it must cross the great abyss. By doing so, it must cross the great abyss behind the High Priestess's veil. We're not going to go into that symbology. That's the card that came before. Whatever venture the question invokes must be dealt with strongly, and authority must be shown. But is the question correct to begin with? And do you have the guts to see this thing through? Potentially you do, but be careful with the manner by which you express your strength. This can be a card of business and financial ventures, material things, but it's also a card that questions your motives. And so that goes back to the idea of which responsibilities, which things, which choices you have made, which successes you are striving after have kind of got convoluted in the process of you striving after them or in the process of you moving forward to them. And how can you untangle those? How can you take authority back over those? And how can you re-examine them and make sure, when I said I wanted that new car, I was excited. Can I get back into the excitement instead of back into the worry about how I'm going to maintain the car? It's just a simple tweak. It's the same manifestation. It's the same path forward, but your mindset and the questions and the things that are moving you forward needs to change so that you can feel back in control. It's also about being disciplined. And discipline to me is about structure as well. I like the word structure better than discipline because discipline sounds like you have to do something, whereas structure sounds like I get to do something. I get to categorize and put these things and prioritize in a way that feels pleasing to me. Structure is a good thing. And if you are feeling overwhelmed or if you are feeling that internal conflict, then this is Spirit saying, add some structure back in. How do you add structure? Well, first you pause. You look at all of the things that are vying for your attention. You prioritize, you decide which ones actually need your attention. And then the structure comes in with you deciding when you're going to do them and how you're going to do them. And I promise you, if you get to that phase of when and how, you absolutely better call on your spirit helpers because they have the answers of when, divine timing, and how. The how is none of our business. So call on your helpers through this entire phase to get you unraveled from that feeling of overwhelm and unraveled from that feeling of internal conflict and get you sitting and standing in that place of authority, structure, and discipline over those things that were causing you a little bit of trouble in the past behind you. But right now you're like, no, I got this. I'm good. I'm good. We got this. All right. Oh, this is so interesting. Let me show you this before I show you what the card is. Look at that. Anybody recognize that? It's an eclipse. We just had one yesterday. That man, I don't think I've ever pulled a card that synchronistic. We just had an eclipse, and this card has nothing to do with eclipse energy. So I'm like, why is there an eclipse on this card? The card itself is Eight of Cups or Eight of Cauldrons. I cannot tell you how many times I have pulled this card. Linnea came out to our coffee meet and greet on Saturday. You remember this card from Saturday? I pulled it, and then Linnea pulled it from her deck, and we kind of compared how they looked. Alyssa's got that card too. This card is big for the collective right now because there's no way that me as a tarot reader and all these different facets has pulled this same card, no matter what the question, no matter who's sitting in front of me, whether it's a group or just an individual reading. I keep getting this card. The Eight of Cups is the walk away card. See, it's very intuitive. You can't miss the message. There's someone walking away. What in your life do you need to walk away from? I feel like I even may have pulled this card last week. I don't always remember the exact cards. But the Eight of Cups is the what do you need to walk away from? And I did pull this card last week because it was from Alice in Wonderland. And even though it feels like unfinished business. So that's 2 weeks in a row from two different decks. And this one is saying this card is meant for right now. Wow. Okay, Spirit. Who that has been listening to my groups is not listening because you done told us 15 million times, and these people, and we keep getting, oh, is it me? Is it me, Spirit? Because sometimes it'd be me. Eight of Cups. There is something that feels unfinished that you feel responsibility, obligation to. It's causing you overwhelm because you need to walk away. You need to say, hey, whatever I agreed to when this started has shifted, and I have to get myself out of this obligation because it's not serving me, because it's making me sick, because it's making me tired, because it's giving me anxiety attacks, or because I just don't fucking want to. Y'all, I'm at the age where I can say, because I just don't fucking want to no more. That's why I'm leaving. So what do you need to address in your life that is bogging you down, that feels like a chain around your neck or a chain around your ball and chain that you're just dragging, and you keep telling yourself, oh my God, I wish I didn't have to do that thing. But I told him I was going to do it, so I'll do it. That phrase right there is what Spirit is saying you need to let go of. It's draining your energy. It's not serving you. The Eight of Cups, walking away from something even when it feels like the thing itself is unfinished. Even when it feels like, but I need them to really understand. I need to draft a formal letter and send it by registered mail. I need them to really understand where, no, you don't. No, you don't. And they probably won't understand anyway. You just need to state your reason and move on. So many of us stay so tied up in so many situations that we already know we need to get out of because we insist that we need them to understand our point of view, or we need them to understand why we're leaving. No, we just need to leave. This is Spirit saying, I need you to leave. I need you to get out of that situation. I've got better things waiting for you. And you just keep tying your anchor to this thing that is no longer serving you. Last week, if you weren't here last week, the Eight of Cups was the Alice in Wonderland, where she had this pig. It was a baby. It turned into a pig. She was like, I didn't sign up to babysit a pig, and she walked away. It's that sense of, I did make an obligation. I did tell you, but something changed. And now I am giving myself the choice to leave because the situation changed. So Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups. We pulled Eight of Cups. I don't know if I said this already. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I did say this. We pulled it on Saturday. We pulled it last week. It's coming up again. It's coming up with that eclipse. So it's like now, this message is for now. That's our tarot pull. Let me see, Spirit. What else do you have for us? I feel like there's a bigger message about walking away. You know what? I'm going to go to this other deck because I really like these cards. This particular author's definition for the cards. Because Eight of Cups has come up so much, I'm going to spend a little bit more time really driving it home and hitting it from all perspectives. So this is from the Light Seers deck, and the keywords are letting go, releasing that which no longer serves you, a ritual releasing, a time to move stuck energy, walking away, leaving your old reality to pursue a new one. Ooh, I like that one. Yes. Abandonment and disappointment. And here's the reading for the interpretation of this card. I'm going to read the whole thing because I think we must need to hear it since it keeps coming up. She has released her last cup into the sea and her bowl burning ceremony is over. It is time to walk away from something in your life. Choosing your sacred dream, especially when you're feeling disappointed, is one of the biggest acts of self-love that you can enact. Let me read that one more time. What do we need to do, Spirit? We need to choose our sacred dream again and again and again. It's not a one-time choice. I made this choice in excitement. I've hit some roadblocks. Am I going to make this choice again? Am I going to make it when it's challenged? Am I going to make it when my friends tell me I'm crazy? It's choosing your sacred dream again and again and again, especially when you're feeling disappointed. That's one of the biggest acts of self-love that you can enact because you're choosing yourself. When you take that very first step, you begin to choose yourself. There is nothing more healing or more powerful. Find your resolve and untether any anchors that are holding you back. Though your disillusioned heart may require some TLC, you can realign your path by shedding outgrown expectations. Shedding outgrown expectations, hopes, people, ideas, beliefs, guilt, or even ways of being. If you find yourself exhausted, 10 of Swords, or confused, 5 of Swords. Oh, we were doing Wands, 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands. If you find yourself exhausted or confused, the 2 words we started this spread out with, or jumping from thing to thing, know that you are entering a mystical period of intense shifting, and that releasing old stories will help you to travel lightly. So it's that 10 of Wands, being able to release that load, that burden, and travel lightly. Go in the direction of epic dreams, happiness, and greater meaning. Here's the key phrase. I walk away from negativity and I choose myself in a rebellious act of self-love. I want to go back just a moment where it says that you are entering a mystical period of intense shifting, and releasing old stories will help you travel lightly. Releasing old stories can show up in so many ways, and I invite you to sit with spirit, sit with meditation, sit with your journal, and just ask that question for this week ahead. What old stories have I been telling about my life, even if I just told them this morning, that are no longer true, relevant, or supportive? Because there's some releasing. We got to release on all levels. Apparently, we are releasing, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. And Spirit is also saying, I need you to release on all levels. Some of us are doing emotional releases. Some of us are cutting actual physical things and relationships and jobs out of our life. Some of us are doing some spiritual release, some beliefs, mindsets. And Spirit is saying, yeah, if you're one of those people who say, yeah, that's me, I just did a big release of my mindset. Spirit is like, yep, and go back in. I need you to release on all levels. There's still more for you to walk away from to get you ready for what you've been asking for. All right, let's move on. Thank you so much, Charlie, for keeping up and putting everything over there in chat. Let's see, I want to check just a moment. Oh, you did pull that. Okay. Alyssa did pull 8 of Cups this morning. I wasn't sure. Um, what I noticed in the Emperor card, the volcanic explosion is structured or contained by the rack up on his head. Yep. Actionable inspiration from crown chakra or divine. I like that. Yes. In the original, I call it the original, in the standard tarot deck Rider-Waite-Smith, the emperor is seated upon a stone throne. I think he's one of the few that is positioned upon a stone seat. There's a couple of others in the tarot, but that stone represents the immovable nature, the resoluteness, the structure, the decisions being made. And also, yes, stone can control and contain flame. It's not about squishing the flame. It's about how can I direct this in a way that's going to be more pleasing to my life. I love that. Okay. Oracle deck. Where are we at? Half an hour in. All right. Oracle deck that I'm going to is the Faces of Oshun. Oshun? I say Oshun, and I don't know if that's the right way, but that's how I'm going to say it. Card number 3, Oshun of the Soil. This reminds me of goddess energy, empress energy. So we had the emperor from the tarot, and this here reminds me of empress energy. Seated, relaxed, eyes closed, at one with nature. Grounding, stability, and nurturing. There's that word stability again. We had it with the emperor, the father, and now we have it with this card. Let's see, card number 3. What does she have to bring to us or teach us? Her key phrase or quote is, I am grounded, connected, and nurtured by the earth's abundance. Take a deep breath. Your energy is all over the place. Life's drama has left you feeling scattered, detached, or uncertain. You need a stable environment to grow and flourish. You've summoned the energies of grounding and stability. You need to realign your Asay life force energy. What to do now? Oh, I like this deck. So here we got some practical information. Here's what we need to do. Ground yourself to reconnect with Earth's nurturing energy. Plant your feet firmly on the ground, both metaphorically and literally. Nourish your foundation, your home, your relationships, and your own well-being. Think of one small step you can take to improve your home life, your relationships, or your health, and act on it. Small step, small step. Maybe you just randomly send a text to the person you're in a relationship with and say, hey, just wanted to remind you I love you. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It doesn't have to be roses and dinner and steak and lobster. One small step to tell the universe, this is the way I want to point my energies right now. And also to show those in relationships with you or in the world around you that, hey, this is what I'm doing now. One small step, act on it. This is how you lay a strong foundation for your future. Also, connect with your personal roots. Acknowledge your origins and allow yourself the stability and balance for your projects to prosper. Oshun is a protector of the environment, so it makes sense that she would be here to ground you. Her river in Nigeria is supposed to be protected by the people, but right now it is under threat of pollution and toxic contaminants. The divine feminine in each of us has earth goddess energy. I strongly believe that. Dig your heels into the ground and lean into that. Lean into that earth energy. Find that sense of stability. Find that connection within the divine feminine within you and the divine feminine within Mother Earth, and allow her to stabilize you. Also, grounding, earthing is a thing. If you are in that 5 of Wands energy where everything feels like it's just bouncing off of each other, literally take your shoes off and put your bare feet in connection with the earth. This is not a woo-woo thing. This is how electricity works. We are electrical beings with electrical impulses in our body. When we have an overcharge or anxiety attack or anything like that, we have a lot of extra electricity in our body. And just like any electrical current, it needs to be discharged. Same way we ground an electrical wire, we can ground ourselves by touching a tree, touching earth, letting that excess electrical charge go out. So this is science, y'all. Even if you don't believe in the woo-woo of it, trust me, the science of it works. All right. A healing ritual. Walk barefoot on natural soil or grass. Feel the earth's energy entering through the soles of your feet and throughout your body. Visualize roots extending from your feet deep into the soil, anchoring you. Hold a handful of soil and feel its nurturing properties. Plant a seed as a gesture of commitment to your growth. Maybe even make some offerings to Mother Earth herself. What gifts would you bring Mother Earth if you're saying, hey, I really need your energy? I'm bringing gifts though. I'm not coming here empty-handed. What gifts would you give to Mother Earth? Maybe you want to take a glass of water and pour it into the soil. Maybe you want to do some actual gardening, trim some brush away. Maybe you want to move away what's no longer serving her. I don't know. What do you want to do? But get back in touch with that energy. I'm seeing a lot of great comments over there in the chat. I love that. All right. The next deck I'm going to, since we're talking about divine feminine connecting to earth, is the Goddess Oracle deck. Also a deck that's rather new to me. I think I got it earlier this year. And let's see, Goddess Oracle deck. What information or guidance do you have for us, spirits, that can guide us, energize us? I bet that's what's going to be the activation. Get us back on track, realign us, energize us. More about self-love. Aphrodite. Aphrodite. And there at the bottom it says, I am love. I give love. I receive love. I love myself. The Greek goddess of the sea, love, and beauty. Love, self-assurance, passion, and beauty. Aphrodite stepped fully formed from the foam of the, yeah, I'm struggling with this print. I apologize. From the foam of the waves. It's tiny. It's so tiny. And I don't have my readers on. A beatific and voluptuous being. She had many dalliances and also loved meddling in the affairs of men and other deities, famously inciting the Trojan War as a revenge on the king of Sparta, who broke an agreement with her. So it's just a little backstory on who she is. And let's see, what is her message or how we can more fully connect with her? Okay, I'm going to rephrase the ritual that they give or what they say we should do to connect with her, because I think this is something we can all do to better embody that energy of love. I think she's coming to us for self-love for sure. Self-love means choosing you over choosing the obligations and the responsibilities and the things that Spirit keeps giving us that Eight of Cups and telling us to walk away from. And we keep saying, but I love them. But I told them I would do it. But that's my mama. You want me to tell my mama I'm not going to show up for Sunday dinner because I'm tired? All of those things, Spirit is asking you, I know you love them, but do you love yourself? Can you choose yourself? Can you say, this thing is draining me? This thing is making me tired. This thing made me show up to a Monday reading early in the morning at a 2. I'm at a level 2. Some of y'all put 2 over in chat, not me. Some of y'all put 2 over in chat, 3, 4. What are you doing that is causing you to not love yourself enough to recharge your battery to get yourself up to an 8, 9, 10? What are you doing that is somehow running on an auto script, maybe subconscious, that says, oh, a 2 is okay. At least I'm here. Spirit is like, no, it's not. I didn't birth you with the 2 energy. I didn't bring you into this creation with the 2. I certainly didn't expect you to operate on a 2 energy or a 3 energy. I want you to be on 10. I want you to be on top of the world, enjoying this life, enjoying this experience. How do we do that? We love ourselves enough to give ourselves the time, the rest, food, the water, the friendships that actually pour into us. We love ourselves enough to say, today I need to tend to my own personal battery. Today I need to tend to me. And Aphrodite, the goddess of love, is coming to us to say, please pay attention to yourself. Please care for yourself. All right. I think we're going to do an angel card next, but first I have this deck, which is Witch's Wisdom. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Oh, there's a lot of cards that want to jump out of this deck. Which one, Spirit? Which one? Which one? We're going into holiday season. One of my favorite holidays is Halloween. Magic, candles, candle magic. I've been saying to myself for about a week or better, I need to get some more of those. I think they call them chime candles, the little candles that I use for candle magic, because I'm out of certain colors. So maybe this is a message for me. Valorie, you've been saying for a week, go to the store and buy the candles. Candles and magic. Magic comes from deep within. Ignite the flame, let it begin. Desires in mind, don't be the fool. Focus as you choose your tool. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mo to be, there it is done. Here's what we need to know about this card. This is a magical time for you. I fully believe that. Even if you're at a 2, even if you're at a 0, you're not at a 0. 0 would be dead. I hope you're at least functioning enough to log on to Zoom. Even if you're at a 1, I firmly believe that the collective energies that we just came out of, we did just come out of a big wave of energies. And many of us are feeling tired just from that, not because we're neglecting ourselves, but just from dealing with this surge of energies. I firmly believe that those energies were not intended to wear us out. They were meant to shake us up. And it's such a magical energy. It may have not felt magical as you integrated with it, felt it, got knocked around by it, but I promise you, it's spirit working its magic, and it is magical, and we can benefit from these energies if we choose to see it and think about it that way. So can you shift how you thought about these last couple of weeks or even these last couple of months? Can you say, whatever happened, if it wasn't of my doing, if it was something that I just witnessed or something that's happening out in the world, whatever happened, shaking things up so that we can get to the good stuff. This is a magical time for you. Your manifesting abilities are strong. Keep your thoughts and focus positive. Use candles at home, at bath time, and in sacred ceremony. Study candle colors for healing and magical purposes, and keep shining brightly. I love that. So that's just the short little message. There's an extended message. Let's see if there's anything else we need. The spark of inner wisdom calls you to invoke the divine, for the magic begins with your desire to make something happen. And then it says, time for a little candle magic. All right, candle magic is being recommended from Spirit to us. So I pass that on for you to you as well. If you're not familiar with candle magic, I'll give you a quick trick. Words, Valorie, slow down. White candles are a catch-all candle. So if you don't have a specific color like green for abundance or black for dispelling negativity, you can still just pick up a white candle pretty much anywhere, even from the dollar store, and set your intentions around that white color candle. It's just the same as using a clear quartz crystal for a kind of a catch-all. You can use a white candle for a catch-all. So if you're interested in candle magic and you don't know where to go out and get all the colors, or you don't feel like going out and getting all the colors, just go to the Dollar Tree or get that emergency candle that's in the bottom of your drawer in the kitchen. It's usually white, and use that for candle magic. All right. Where are we at now? I did say I wanted to pull an angel card. Let's see what the angels have to say for us. On Top of the World by Imagine Dragons came in for me on that last card. I love Imagine Dragons. I missed them when they came to Kansas City. It's been a couple of years now, but I love Imagine Dragons. Let's see. Oh, somebody just bought a new money candle. So you're already doing money magic, or candle magic. One moment. My nose is running like crazy, which means spirit. Spirit is flowing. Okay. The deck, it's not quite a deck. It's just kind of like affirmation cards, like daily cards that you would pull for yourself. It's healing angel cards. I love these so much that I pulled out all the archangels when I was trying to learn the archangels. And I have all of the archangels in my purse, and they've been in my purse for like years now. And I just consider it like my way to carry the archangels around with me. And I love this deck. I need to buy a new deck because at one time I would let people pull these cards and that would be their card to take after a reading. So this is not a full deck, but let's see. 2 cards just jumped out. Diversity. I'm going to have to turn it around to read it. The world would be a boring place if we were all the same. Celebrate your uniqueness. You are special and much loved. That's a message from the angels that you are meant to be unique, so stop trying to be like others. Destiny. Your destiny is to blossom, to shine, to transform to an even greater light. Oh, I love that too. Let's see. We have any other? There's a card in here that says adventure. Let me not look at them. One more message, Spirit. What do we need to know from the angels? I just felt big angelic energy just step into this reading. Like so much so that all over my body, like my skin feels super cool. Like somebody just turned on the air conditioner right at my feet. I don't usually experience angel energy that way, but they're definitely here. So let me just listen to the angels. Do you have messages for this group at this time? I'm hearing they are going to show themselves to all of us on an individual basis in whatever way we like to receive angels or receive synchronicities from angels. So be on the lookout for that this week. And it's just their way of saying, we are working with you, helping you through this, supporting you through this. And if you don't know, angels, there are specific angels for specific tasks, meaning that there's angels that enjoy specific angels who enjoy working with love, angels who enjoy working with protection, things like that. So yes, you can just call on your angels, but you can also call in specific angels to help you deal with whatever it is you are currently facing on your personal path. And they are asking us to do that this week. They're definitely asking us to do that this week. So here's where Google and technology in our modern world comes into handy. If this message of calling in angels is resonating for you, think about what you are trying to work on this week, what you need help with. Maybe it's the letting go message that we all keep getting. Go to Google and type in angel for letting go. And I'm sure you'll get a couple of archangels or hits on that. You're working on love, angel for love. So the angels are very much wanting to come through and help us all and connect with us all. And they have so much support. When the angel energy comes through for me, it just feels like they're wrapping their wings around me. And it just feels like support, comfort, love, assurance, all the good feelings. So call some of that in if you need some of that this week. Let's get into the one card pulls. If you would like to receive a one card tarot pull here in the last few minutes, go ahead and put me over in chat. I'll see how many I can get to. Archangel Uriel is the card I pulled from this deck. Tremendous transformation. All right. I want to go all the way back. One moment. Oh, somebody was on a 10. I missed that when I was asking y'all for your numbers. Leah Ann. I don't know if you said pick me. Is Leah Ann still here? Okay, perfect. This one card pull is for you. Two of Wands. Two of Wands is coming up. So we talked about all that Wands energy, and now we have Two of Wands again. Two of Wands is making a choice between the one leaning against the wall, which is still a viable choice, which is the familiar, the comfortable, and a choice about venturing out, trying something new. That's why she's looking out the window. The wand that she has in her hand is the one she's contemplating. There's maps, travel, a globe down there on the floor, representing she's about to go on an adventure or try something new. Neither one of these choices is good or bad, but Spirit is definitely saying you need to make a choice. So if you're feeling stuck, feeling low of energy, Spirit's message to you is there's a choice that needs to be made. And the choice feels like between, am I going to keep doing this thing? And it doesn't feel like this thing is not serving you. It just feels like it's comfortable. It's kind of the same old thing. I wake up, I do this thing. It's great. It's fine. No bells and whistles go off. Or am I going to do this new thing that's kind of been calling to me or showing up? There's a choice that needs to be made. And I feel like the choice has not been made yet for you, Leah. I feel like you're kind of on the fence about some things. And Spirit is saying, whatever has got you feeling at a 2 could be benefited by you making this choice. And that's all I'm getting. I'm getting, you know what the choice is. I don't often get really deep details in group settings like this because a lot of that shit is personal and we don't want the entire world and all of YouTube knowing it. So Spirit is like, let me just give you the Cliff Note version. So Leah, I hope that helps you. Next, I'm going to go to Callie, Callie, like the goddess. Y'all, oh my God, good Lord. Spirit, should I just tape this to my forehead? 8 of Cups again. Callie, like the goddess. 8 of Cups. We went deep on this card, so I'm not going to repeat the message again, but walk away from something. Even more emphatically for you because you already got the message. And then Spirit is saying, once again, let's tell her directly, it's time for you to walk away from something. All right. Sue Gunn. Hello, my friend. Sue. Four of Pentacles. The message that I'm getting from this card from Four of Pentacles for you is there's some anxiety and stress probably about money matters, but could also be about family or anything that you hold to be valuable. It's something in this tangible world. Let's say that. There's some stress or some anxiety around that. And Spirit's message to you is the stress and the anxiety is coming from a lack or a scarcity consciousness, because you're holding on to whatever you have so tightly that there's no room for it to breathe and there's absolutely no room for it to flow. So loosen your grip, do whatever you can to relieve that anxiety. And by relieving the anxiety, you're loosening your grip and allowing that energy to flow more. And I do feel like it's related to abundance because we got the Pentacles card. And the only other thing I'm getting from Spirit is an acknowledgement of, yes, of course, anyone in your situation would feel anxiety. But here's the thing, if you don't want to be in that situation, you got to let go of the anxiety. Is it a paradox? A bit. But that's what's asked of us. So that's what I have for you there. Okay, I do see that message over there. I think someone asked me to add them. I will get to that after the cards. Let's see, where are we at? We've got 4 minutes. I'm going to do one more card pull. I don't know who I should pull for. Charlie, who should I pull for? You pick the person. I'm not really feeling directed by spirit.
Eddie Hall.
Kitty, did you
Eddie.
say?
Eddie Hall.
Okay. The Lover's card, Major Arcana, focuses on all areas or affects all areas of your life. Love, we already talked about self-love. This is definitely a continuation of that theme. Self-love first is what I have to say for you. Self-love first and foremost. Spend the majority of your week asking yourself, do I love myself? And asking yourself, how can I show myself that I love myself? But then there's also a little bit of the outward love too. Um, After you put yourself first and foremost in that love care category, Spirit is also saying, who else can you express this love to? And let that term be broad, because if you have a love of color, then just wearing a colorful outfit to the grocery store is your way of expressing that love out into the world. So let that term of how do I spread this outwardly after I've given myself the ability to love myself for the majority of the week. Now I'm feeling really good. How do I send some of that love out into the world? Let that be broad and general. Maybe you have specific people that you want to show your love to in a more emphatic way, but also it could be broad in the sense of how can I just show the world that there is still love in the world? So that's your message. And let's do an energy activation. This energy activation is going to be about calling in more stabilizing energy to help us find our footing again and to energize us. So I invite you to close your eyes, drop your shoulders, relax into the most comfortable position, keeping your shoulders steady and your body relaxed. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nostrils, allowing your belly to fill with everything remaining relaxed, holding that breath at the top for just a moment, and then slowly exhaling out through pursed lips, perhaps even letting out an audible sign. Do that a couple more times on your own till you feel really relaxed into this moment. And once you feel relaxed, we're going to call in, let's just call it universal forces. Imagine looking up in the sky and seeing a swirl of bright, sparkly light moving through, looking like maybe wind, curving and swirling back and forth, but it's slowly making its way down to you. And now that beautiful bright light is entering through your crown chakra, and you're feeling it as an energetic connection. You've just plugged into universal source energy. Allow that energy to flow into you, through you, activating even your cells, energizing your cells, your body, your aura, all your energetic fields, aligning and spinning those chakras in the correct direction. Allow yourself to truly plug into this source of energy to feel you for today and for this week. And as you feel more energized, you feel more yourself. You feel more complete, more whole. You feel more connected. And now you feel more stable. Imagine that you are firmly standing with your feet planted on the ground. I want you to put your hands on your hips and take that hero pose and feel stable, stable in who you are, stable in this energy, stable in your thoughts, most importantly, stable in your heart energy, that love for self. Allow all of this activation to come to you in this moment to not only energize you, but also to stabilize you. Take another deep breath in and a slow exhale. You can stay with these energies for as long as you need, knowing that you can call them in again whenever you need them throughout your week, especially throughout today. And anytime you feel a little bit wobbly or a little tired or a little overwhelmed, just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and reconnect, re-plug in. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. Come back to the room. And thank you all so much for being here. This has been a lovely reading, and I hope to see you back next week. Go out there and manifest your lives. Manifest, manifest. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Charlie.